Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters, and so today we're going to be taking a look here at Lodge, Lance, and Kindra. I got them yesterday. Yes, yesterday. Yeah, if anyone saw the community post, I'm not mad at all at being at level 99 with 99 out of 100 experience. Nope. Anyway, so, Lodge, Lance, and Kindra. This pair is, in my opinion, one of the, at the very least, one of the more fun Lodge pairs, if not just one of the better ones in general. They're a support sync pair, but they've got Hyper Beam. Yes, Hyper Beam is a damaging option. So I went ahead, 6-star EX to my goat, 5 out of 5'd him, and so we're going to be looking at some Hyper Beam damage potential off of this support character here. And I do want to say, it is kind of worth looking at. Like, other than being good in the Gauntlet, being able to actually do damage, which is great, reminder that they released a character like Fall Iris with as low of a special attack stat she has, level 146 RX with only 300 special attack, because she had Hyper Beam and Zone, but also Hyper Beam. So, I think it's fair enough to actually consider Lance's damage here when looking at the character, not necessarily like in an ultimate battle standard, which you're not going to bring him into those anyway, but like on type stadium, any legendary arena, probably even some off type stadium if you're looking to juice him up enough next to like Lucas or Arc Suit Lance, whatever, right? It's all worth looking at in my opinion, but whatever. Anyway, this guy's kit overall, besides the Hyper Beam damage, is good. Like, he's got Dragon Breath, which is good for paralysis, and he does have Hustle Environment in the grid. He's got Potions for healing, always great for any character to have, especially supports. And then he's got his Trainer move, which raises ally special attack and crit by 2, which is already pretty rare for a Lodge support. That's already pretty rare to be able to buff an offensive stat and crit by 2 in the same move. Increases special moves next of all allies by 1, even rarer feat. But he also takes 30% of his remaining health and damage. But not that big of a deal, because 1, he's got Potions. For 2, he's got Midpoint Mend 4, a passive I'm pretty sure is only previously seen on Palatine's Mallow, and this is great healing for him. This allows him to effectively make you, as long as he doesn't get damaged, this allows him to get 2 uses of his Trainer move, and then he heals up back to like 90% range HP, and that is very good. You get your team to +4 special attack, +3 crit, and +2 special moves next, and Lance is effectively undamaged. Of course, the enemies are going to be landing attacks in between that, but this still gives you enough time to be able to use potions, heal, whatever you got to do, before the enemy's damage really starts becoming a problem. And that's honestly really, really good to have. Of course, he's got Dragon Shift as well, so Hyper Beam is Dragon type. And then he's got Free Venge 9. There are better team gauge efficient mechanics, but having Free Venge 9 as well as Hyper Beam is still effectively encouraging you to be able to run Hyper Beam as a damaging option on this supportive character. It's so funny that they want you to do that. But either way, anyway, having Free Venge 9 is good anyway, right? He's got the ability to paralyze with Dragon Breath, so you don't have to use gauges on that. And he's got the ability to do damage with Hyper Beam, and you don't have to use the gauges on that either. That overall, that's a very good base kit. Potions, special attack, crit, special moves next, Hyper Beam damage, good healing with Midpoint Mend and all of that. That's very, very nice. So, other than that, let's look in the grid here. This is the Hustle Environment node. He's also got some rain stuff, such as Racing Rain and Rain Gear. That's not bad for sure. I mean, the gauge efficiency is nice, other than having Free Venge. The Rain Gear for damage reduction is also nice. Danger Dodge can be clutch. I do wish you had more nodes of that, because a lot of fights that I can think of have +2 accuracy, which is effectively mitigating the evasion buffs. So sadly, he doesn't have like shifty strikes or whatever it's called, agile entry, right? But still, it's fine, I guess. He's got first sync move team special boost 1, so even more special moves next for the team just by using a sync move, which is of course valuable to have anyway because it's support EX. Paralysis Synergy 3, again, further enhancing that damage they for some reason want you to do. Sync nodes, of course. He's got Trainer move Precision Pals, buffing accuracy for the team, not shabby. Trainer move NPR, so if you are willing to, be able to work around the 30% damage that he takes, or 30% remaining HP damage that he takes on using his Trainer move, you can run Trainer move NPR, get more special moves next buffs, and as long as you can handle that, that's good. And then he's got Endurance, very helpful as well. This is good for shorter battles where he's able to effectively use his Trainer move easily at least twice, get the healing, and then still have that safety net of Endurance to be able to potentially potion up or anything like that. It's really good. And then other stuff like Potion Master Healer and some Gauge Refresh nodes, Natural Remedy, all that basic stuff. not bad as a kit at all, honestly. He's got the damage enhancement, he's got the accuracy buffs, he's got the special moves next on the sync move, he's got the hostile environment, the potion NPR, and Master Healer is obviously one of the bigger things as well, just for any free support character, giving him great usage in the gauntlet, great mileage, I guess is a better word for it, but yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and hop into some battles and take a look at Lodge Lance here. I really do like this kit for this guy. I think this was really, really good. Potentially even better than running making him have Lodge Dratini instead of Kindra. But honestly, I think Lodge Dratini could have still had the same kit. I think Dratini can learn Hyper Beam. It better. Anyway, whatever. Let's advocate for another Lance Alt with Dratini just so we can complete the whole set, right? And yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and hop into these battles. Alright, so the first battle I figured I'd do would be the Latios solo. Pretty sure he's got other solos under his belt. Also the glorious Arc Suit Lance, not glorious, oh, kinda. Arc Suit Lance Lodge photo in the background, very ironic. Man, that's funny. But I figured I'd do Lance versus Latios again to just showcase really how good his damage can look on type. Because I know a lot of people only care about that or whatever, it's fine, you know, I don't blame people who only care about that. But like, point is here, he's got damage. He's actually able to really damage these sides. Like this Dragonite is not having a good day. Clearly, good night. And that's without having paralysis energy up either as well. And the free Venge Knight is so good in a game mode like the Legendary Gauntlet because you effectively don't care about things like speed debuffs. You do care about flinching, right? But like maybe paralysis, other than the chance to become paralyzed when using an action. The free moves next effectively just allows you to be able to not have to run anything gauge management wise. Of course, you could run something like Fast Track or whatever else it may be if you really want to have extra gauge for the Hyper Beams and whatever else, but it doesn't really matter too much. I did run Hyper Beam Gauge Refresh just so I didn't have to invest extra energy into the guy, because I'm pretty sure I could have gotten some different nodes that I would have preferred instead, but I'll take the Hyper Beam Gauge Refresh, that's fine. It does allow for more consistent damage overall, which of course just allows for less potions, so, I mean, I'll take it. Either way. Mostly just better to go for Hyper Beam, I've figured out on bar 1 and 2, just because the on-type damage is so good. Could have gone for Paralysis Energy activation with Dragon Breath, but I never actually picked up Hostile Environment with Lance, so we mostly just spam Hyper Beam, which I mean, that's fair enough, right? Anyway, there we go. We get Latios down, go for our sync move. I think, is this our first or our second sync move? Actually, don't. I think it's is it our first? No, it's our second, okay. So we got a second sync move in there. We're still doing damage, but Latios is going down. Like, Latios is not the hard legendary arena anyway, but the dude's basically getting bullied. It's just another... Poor Latios. This dude's just getting destroyed. I also am not running Vigilance on Lance, just so I can give Latios a chance, right? No, not really. That's not really why. But, okay. But I ran Kyoto, or not Kyoto, Stalwart, I think, yeah, because I didn't feel like rolling Vigilance. I didn't want to roll any more cookies than what I got. I was like, you know what? Stalwart's good enough. Prevent special defense debuffs. That's fine. Latios is mostly using special moves, so yeah. Anyway, last bar, of course, is Ice Weak, so good way to mitigate the fact that it's Ice Weak is to paralyze it, which we did get lucky to do. And so the Hyper Beams are still doing effectively the same amount of damage they were doing before, despite the fact that Latios has changed its weakness. Love that. Man. Again, this just... I know it's Latios, but this concept can apply to a lot of other legendary arenas, and especially in duos, right? Like, he's got the free moves next, so he's not worried about gauge. He's got the actual legitimately solid damage with Hyper Beam, which is going to be good against pretty much any arena, right? It's not, like, special damage resistant, and alongside, like, any other duo partner is going to be... And, of course, the process is going to be good against, like, Yuxi with its Healthy Advantage. I actually remember the name of it this time. That's legendary. No pun intended, I guess. And overall, right, he's just going to be a good support. He's got the healing for himself and the healing for the team with the potions. He's got the gimmick check, I guess, with the paralysis, and he's got the actual damage and gauge management to be able to back it up and actually be able to apply more support in the form of damage to his teammates. And that is actually really, really solid in a game mode like this, where it's more about team, not effectiveness, efficiency, rather than actually being able to have the strongest team imaginable. Alright, and our second battle is against Dragon Week Drake. These last two battles are actually against Dragon Week Drake. I wanted to show Lance off with his cousin, of course. You know, we got Claire, the other Kindra. This is one of the characters that was probably why Lance was designed partially the way he was that he had Dragon Breath and Process Energy just so he could enhance Claire, because she also does the same thing. She gets damaged whenever the enemies are paralyzed, so being able to run in alongside her and also act as a part of damage helps that out. And of course, he's special oriented in terms of buffing, so that just helps out Claire even more. I'm not going to say he was built exactly for Claire, but he's a perfect partner. Quote perfect, I mean they're champion blue, but you get what I mean, right? Like they synergize very well, they got good cohesion. Anyway, I also partnered up with Zinnia because she does similarly benefit a lot from the same type of buffs. She benefits from weather being activated as well, so having Drake here as the opponent is good. Drake actually ends up powering up a lot of these free dragon characters like Claire and Zinnia. Those are probably the only two examples, so don't go asking for a third, just because they actually work off of having weather activated. So Drake being able to set rain like he does is actually directly enhancing them, and then again Lance is also acting as a side damaging character here with what he's got, right? Like we use Hyper Beam, I did not see how much damage it did, but it did good damage because he's also able to stack up the special moves next buffs. Because he used the turn of twice, he got +2 special moves next, and then he had +4 special attack and all that, right? So he was able to do, post Zinnia's sync move, quite a good chunk of damage with Hyper Beam. Again, he's not really, and then we finished off with him too. We could, of course, focus on him as the main damaging unit, but sadly, Free Revenge, doesn't really work too well in terms of gauge efficiency for things like Stadium, where you're mostly focused on exact turns, having exact turn orders, and being able to queue up moves, whereas in the Gauntlet, it doesn't matter, obviously, but and there you have a lot more leniency to be able to run things like Free Revenge for a gauge over things like speed buffs or gauge acceleration, wherever else, right? Got a lot more leniency there, but here it's still good for sure. Like he was able to do some good damage, and if we were to partner him up with better gauge efficient characters or more characters that could enhance him directly, we could see Lodge Lance legitimately do some good damage, right? Again, Dragon Zone buffing, Dragon rebuff, more special moves next, special defense debuffs, any of that, he would be looking a lot better, and even without that, he still looked pretty damn strong here for sure. So good partner for these dragon characters. Very, very good Dragon Week character as well. He's going to be a good power up for characters like Cyrus, too. Any free dragon character, most of them are special, like Zinnia, Claire, and Cyrus. They all work well with Lance's support, because Lance can also apply the damage. That's nice. Alright, and final battle. This one was a little bit scuffed. I also accidentally forgot to change out Zinnia's theme for a different one, so we're still running Zinnia's theme. That's fine. No issues there. That's whatever. Anyway, so we're going to be running Lance with Lance. I mean, I could have run him with the other Lance as well, and then we could have run him with the other Lance. Okay, I'm not going to make that bit. But we're running him with the regular Lance and Dragonite. Could have run him with Art Suit Lance, right? And probably even New Year's Lance if I really wanted to invest in him, because he does benefit under rain as well, ironically. Not that, well, these Lances don't benefit under rain, but they benefit under Drake, I guess. Or New Year's Lance benefits under Drake, as well as these guys being Dragon. You know what I mean. Anyway, whatever. So, this is mostly just for enhancement of Dragonite with special moves next. By buffing the special moves next with Lance's sync move from the sync special boost, as well as his trainer move giving special moves next, and then also the healing from Cresselia, who is also a self-damaging trainer move character, right? Because, I think she was not the original, suicide type of character, but similarly, I guess. Also, this battle was not smooth at all. Almost everyone almost went down in this fight. So I just want to make that known. Should have gone... Why did I not go for Cresselia's Moonlight? Oh my god, I'm so bad at my job. Whatever. Anyway, I mean... Cresselia and Lodge Lance, they've got a pretty similar build, where Cresselia is able to give special moves next when healing from below half HP, and also able to damage theirself off of their trainer move. Lance is able to do both simultaneously, damage themselves off the trainer move and also get special moves next. Not that damaging yourself is directly a good thing or a good mechanic, but I mean, they make it work, or at least Lance, he makes up for the fact that he does it, whereas Cresselia, it directly works into her kit, so that... whatever. Point being, these two supports are kind of built similarly, just in that aspect of being special buffers that also are able to damage themselves and pretty much heal up off of that damage as well, with Lance's Midpoint Mend and Cresselia's Moonlight. So, fun supports to run together, and why not run them together alongside another Lance who's getting directly buffed by the other Lance, so that's funny. Anyway, whatever. That's the Lodge Lance showcase. I really do like this guy's kit. I legitimately think he's got a good kit for pretty much any like lower tier free content. Like any stadium battle, he's going to be pretty solid in. Any gauntlet battle, he's definitely going to be good in. He's probably going to be decent in the high score event. The high score event is crazy, man. Come on, let's just... I think that would prefer more defensive support, if anything. Not Drake. Good lord, not Drake. But yeah, I mean, I do think he's legitimately a good lower tier, like not lower tier, but like free support character. He's got the damage, he's got the paralysis, he's got the heals, and he's got the offensive enhancement that is very unseen in a lot of other free supports, right? Like not many other free supports other than some general pool characters can buff special attack, crit, and special moves next all in one go, and can do it repeatedly, and also have like that special boost on sync like Lance does, right? So that's a very good aspect about him. It's very unique, and again, he's also got that damage potential, which is still really, really funny to see. And overall, everything works together very, very well to make a good Lodge support. Probably one of my favorite, no doubt about it. So, yeah. I'll see you all later. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about Lodge, Lance, and Kindra down in the comments below. Let me know if you think they're good. Let me know if they're bad. Let me know if you think they could have... Let me know what you would have given Lodge, Lance instead, because I'm still rooting for Dratini. But I'm not bad about Kindra either. The synergy with Claire, that makes plenty of sense. I mean, I do like to see that they've got legitimately good synergy. No, they've had decent enough synergy before Dragonite and Kindra, but now that we've got two Kindras, it makes sense. But again, whatever. Peace.